Hello and welcome to another weekly reading with myself, Reverend Arlene C. And this week's reading is from today, Sunday, March 3rd, till Saturday, March 29th. So I already pulled the 7 cards ahead of time. And again, I'm using the Light Seers tarot. Which I think I used last week, but I can't remember now because they all mesh together, as we already know. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different. I feel the way I'm going to read the cards today, because interesting enough, let's see, for Monday, Thursday, and Friday, we all have swords, and then it's a major arcana, sorry, 2 major arcanas for Sunday, Wednesday, and then we have a wands for Tuesday, and then a cups for Friday. So it's a little bit different. And maybe me just throwing out these symbols maybe mean nothing to some of you who don't really know a lot about tarot. Should have thought about that. Okay. So I feel, for one, with this coming week, or this week that we're in right now, from Sunday to Saturday, there's a lot of, again, it's not, I don't want to say endings, but again, it's that still bringing in that energy of closing out cycles. We're closing out unfinished business. We're closing out, and maybe for some, it's going to be a sense of closure or reconciliation for yourself, or that will give you that sense of closure. So when I say reconciliation, it's more of reconciling to find a level of closure, right? That's kind of what it feels like for me throughout this week. So today it feels that, so for today, we got the World card. And it's interesting because the World card has been coming up quite a bit in even just my little daily, or not daily, but my little 1 card readings that I share. So, and I think last time it was actually reversed. So I'm feeling that with it too being Sunday, right? So it's like the end of the 1 week, sort of, right? It's the ending of the week, going to start in the new week. So we're coming to that close of the week. We're coming into the close of the weekend. And then are those that, their schedules are different. They don't have typical weekends like some, right? Where their weekend starts, Friday after 6 or something till Sunday. Some people, have their days off during the middle of the week. But I feel that there is this energy of needing a conclusion. So, like I said, I feel like this reading for the week is going to be very different. I don't feel like it's really going to matter what day of the week it is, the card. It feels like it's a full story that has marker points that will impact specific individuals. That's what it feels like for me when I see these cards right now. So, because then the next card is the 9 of Swords. And I feel for some, it's like they're just wanting answers. They want a sense of closure, like I said before at the beginning. They're looking to complete their nightmare. They feel like in some ways like they are in this never-ending cycle. Let's see. And they feel like they don't have, control or any sense of power right now. They don't feel that they are like this queen who she's just like, yes, like, she has her wands or whatever it is that she's holding on to, right? And she's just like, yeah, look at me. And like her hands, like, look there's my magic, there's my power. And I feel like many are not feeling that right now. They don't feel empowered. They don't feel like they have much of a say. And for some, right now, this is triggering or bringing past, their past coming in again with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel that it's, they're seeing these similarities, right? And sometimes they say that, as we continue to grow and, and build and evolve, that sometimes we'll be sent somewhat of the same experience, but with different players. And I feel like that's something else that's happening right now for some, is that they just feel like this is just a repeating cycle, and they're, and that they've experienced something similar, or sometimes they can't really put their finger on it, but they're just like, this, I'm feeling something I felt before that made me really uncomfortable, that made me sad, that made me angry, which then brings in, your Five of Swords, right? And you look at him and you just see, and there's the raven or the crow right there by his head, by his ear, and the self-talk and, just trying to chip away. And I feel that for many, they feel very stuck in their heads right now. And it's hard to separate emotion from feeling, from reality, from truth. And they're trying to build the strength, the courage, the bravery to walk away. And it doesn't necessarily mean from a person, but it's just from whatever it is that is holding them to a reality or a past that they no longer want, right? Because then you have the Ten of Swords, and you're just letting it go. Like, it's the end of that cycle, right? So it's like, it's there. That end of that cycle is showing up, and and if you see with the Ten of Swords, you can see some of that more lighter, sunlight kind of there peeking in through the clouds, right? So it's like, it's showing you that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that there's something more in alignment ahead for you. But it is going to take you kind of being, like I've said in so many like readings and just energy messages, it really takes you taking accountability and responsibility for your life, right? Or for where your life is at this moment. Whether you took action or didn't, that was still a choice. So whether you chose to do something or chose not to do something, it's still a choice, right? So this is where you're at right now. What choices are left to be made or haven't been made that now, maybe since you've had this time and you're seeing how it's playing out again with different players, maybe what can be done differently? What needs to be done that maybe you didn't do before because you didn't feel you were brave enough, right? And understanding that courage and bravery doesn't mean that fear doesn't exist. It just means that you chose to be brave and courageous instead, and are going to just allow it fall where they may, right? Like, just allow the dominoes to fall where they may. And that's kind of what I feel like the message is for this week. And I feel like it's for specific people. It's not always just for the collective, but again, sometimes I don't always have control over the energies that I sense and pick up on, and the messages that I pick on. Sometimes, it will fit, a specific group who are on that sort of the experience or the journey right now, and then other people. But this one feels like it's a smaller group, and it's more intentional for very few, maybe like a handful to 2 handful of people. That's it for today, for this week. Surrounding you all in love, as always. And remember that you are loved, you are seen, you are safe, and you are whole. Until next time, we'll see you then. Love you all so much. I truly appreciate you being here. And we'll see you soon.